All right, guys, we should be good. I was debating whether on kind of making a video for you guys or doing a live. Figured I could do a live wanted to interact with you guys a little bit. Figured that would be a little bit better. Probably not going to stand a ton of time tonight, but yeah, got some more sound, even more sound panels. Shout out to Paul Barron for the sound panels, the acoustic panels for my in apartment studio. So yeah, I think the echoing is even better now. I was like messing around with it. It should be even better. So shouldn't be much echo at all really at this point. This room was bad, just bad in general. But we got panels everywhere. So yeah, that's that. So it's a good thing. I'm excited for that, and I think we're gonna have a great show tonight. And you guys definitely have good amount of things I want to talk to you about. Doesn't look like Bitcoin dominance is going to see a pullback anytime soon, at least from what I'm seeing here. I think we're not going to see that altcoin season that a lot of people are talking about. Could be wrong. Could absolutely be wrong here. I just don't think it's time yet. Let's just get up. I wanted to see the this stuff here. Okay. A lot of people are talking about the FUD of AI taking away jobs. That's probably going to be on people's mind for a while. Excuse me. The first time I heard about that was from Andrew Yang. Back when he started running for president the first time. And we'll see what happens. I mean, who knew all these people would be making huge careers out of just playing video games or streaming on Twitch or streaming on YouTube or doing OnlyFans. Jobs change. The last one I kind of say sarcastically, but let's be real. It's a big industry. So yeah, it's the thing too. Is like you would think like who would pay for something like that? You know what I mean? But then it becomes kind of as life gets easier. I guess people just pay for more frivolous luxuries. You know what I mean? More things of that nature. So yeah, that's what we're looking at. Right there. And just a few more seconds here. Let's see the chat. What are you guys saying? What's up, Wendell? I think the sound should be good. Wendell, how's the sound? How's the sound quality? How's my voice sounding? Bueno? Saying too, financial analyst jobs are at risk. So a lot of stuff is at risk for this. So, yeah. Sounds good. Okay, sounds great. Sounds great, so I'm happy about that. Okay, let's get started here, guys. All right, what is up, guys? Evan Aldo here. Thank you for tuning in. I've been to Thailand, Wendell. I've been to Thailand. We'll talk about that some more, and I want to get the analysis done for the people just tuning in to see that. But I have been to Thailand. I've been thinking of going back there. I mean, that's been popular. A lot of YouTubers have gone there, done videos there. A little bit better. Okay, yeah, we got sound panels everywhere, so that's great. What's up, Mia? But yeah, I've been to Thailand. A little bit too smoggy for me. A lot of pollution. A lot of those tuk-tuks burning oil there. But yeah, I'm planning on going back at some point. Definitely going to go back to Asia at some point. Maybe towards the end of the year. But let's get into it. So the first thing I want to show you guys, let's start with more short-term analysis. 4-hour money flow generally coming down. You can see the same thing coming on the 5-hour here. I believe 3-hour as well. Red dot in the 3-hour. And if you look at like the 30-minute money flow overheated coming down, you're starting to get trigger waves. 22-minute as well, starting to get trigger waves. 15 minuto, también trigger waves right there. Blood diamond right there. So yeah, that's coming down. And then yeah, that one as well. So that's what I'm looking at. So short term does seem a bit more bearish. Obviously, as always, guys, anything could happen. Nothing's ever 100% set in stone. We'd all be billionaires pretty quickly if it was. But I'd say there's a decent shot of hitting kind of low 28s relatively soon from this. After that, we'll see. In terms of larger time frames, it's kind of looking like these trigger waves won't play out as well as some may have thought. Your daily does have a green dot here. Not the strongest green dot. I feel like it could roll over, but yeah. And then this is a new development. I did not notice a 2-day giving you a green dot up here as well. It's interesting. I don't know really what to make of it because you confirmed the bearish div there, and then yeah, now you're just rolling over with the green dot. So that's interesting there. It could happen that way. I would lean, I know big shot guys, I would lean a little bit more bearish kind of, big spiral line area. We did liquidate a lot of shorts this morning. I have to take a look again at High Block Capital. I think a lot of new ones opened up. There's a lot of liquidation points at 29 now. Or high 28, so that would bring us to a higher high, which you kind of do see that a lot of times when you're in an area like this where you're kind of deciding whether you could come higher or reject from that and come lower. So there is that possibility. I'm kind of thinking for the short term though, you come down and then we'll see after that. Money flow coming out there. So in all likelihood, and guys, if you're interested in some of my trade entries, link in the description below to the exclusive Discord, exclusive TA trade entries. We do have a really good community in there. And you don't have to wait till the first to sign up anymore. Patreon came to their senses and changed that. So check that out. Also, if you sign up to any of the exchanges down below with my link, deposit at least $100, I will give you 1 free month in the exclusive Discord. Just shoot me a DM on Discord with your UID, and I will get you sorted. So yeah. Moving on to Ethereum. Let's talk about Ethereum a little bit. And we'll talk about, kind of why I don't think we'll see an altcoin season. So Ethereum, top of the trend line, still playing around with, I don't know what that was. Still playing around with that area right there. Looking more, money flow is coming up on these time frames. You're about to get some trigger waves to the downside here. So a trigger wave there on the 8-hour as well. Red dot on the 4-hour. So yeah, that one's coming out there, and then that's curving down as well, right there as well. So yeah, and you do have the red dot there on the 5-hour, and then that one. ETH, I would say, is a little bit more bearish. Yeah, you're not printing no. Oh, you actually are printing green. So you're not printing no green dot. Yeah, you actually are printing a green dot, but not in the daily though. That one confirmed. So yeah, it's kind of like, does the 2-day prevail, this green dot here, or do we reject from this area? Good question. 4-hour EMAs on Bitcoin 2 are back in the brights. Usually these crossovers are pretty bullish, but I don't know if I would give it, you know what I mean? I feel like it's kind of like this, you know what I mean? Something like that. That's what I'm kind of guessing here. Maybe not though. And then 6-hour, you didn't even start to get any grays yet, but yeah, could go either way there. In terms of ETH Bitcoin, obviously that's going to be more bearish, especially from what we've been seeing, money flow coming down. This is all bearish in the macro for this, which I think will continue. You're really seeing ETH start to bleed against Bitcoin here. I think you'll at least get down to kind of these areas here. You may see that in May, and that would be probably the minimum where I would be looking to start DCAing into Ethereum, probably May, and the altcoins start DCAing in a few months after that. That's if you're going for kind of a, at least a 6 to 10 month period of DCAing in. I would say May to, February next year could be the move for ETH. That's a little early. That may be almost a little early. It could be a little bit later in that, but time to get in. And then, okay, so we have that. We looked at ETH, Bitcoin, and now look, Bitcoin dominance is not, this is the main reason I think we're not going to see an altcoin season yet, unless this rejects hard from here. We need this to really reject hard from here to see an altcoin season. I guess the 6 hour would kind of, give that possibility, but even then in February, I mean, yeah, a little places down, but this has just been your green dot there. This has been a power horse here. A real thing. I mean, money flow there, that's the same area. Could be like that. I mean, it would make sense to come down a little bit. That's the big question. Can this come down? I'm kind of thinking in this environment, you're just not going to see that altcoin season. And another reason, too, why I'm kind of thinking that is if you look at, like, a lot of altcoins, like Link, pretty much all of them, not all of them, but a lot of them, have not gone above their February highs, have not even gone close to their February highs. That's the thing. And yeah, let's just buy a BNB, for example. That's probably one of them. No, this made a new high. Okay, so this is one of the ones that made a new high, but it is coming down right now. Yeah, this overall looks bearish, I would say. Split order size coming down there. But I don't know. Solana, let's just look at some of the big name brands. I mean, February, not even close. And you're getting a red dot in the weekly. So Solana doesn't look too good right now. Say. Solana does not look too good right now, and I think most of these altcoins will continue to kind of bleed against Bitcoin. I don't think we're gonna get that Bitcoin that altcoin season really soon. So let's see. Your Phantom as well. That doesn't look too good. So. I mean, I was looking at some of these LSD. The cool kids are talking about LSD. They're doing LSD while they're trading LSD. I don't get in trouble for saying that. I'm joking. But yeah, bearish div there in the 3. Money flow starting to come out with the bearish div there. Yeah. So yeah, I'm just not seeing. I'm not seeing the evidence for an altcoin season. It could be wrong. I mean, I'm just showing the ones we talked about on Paul Barron. This one's interesting too because this one, at this area right here is, you're about to get a bullish div. This looks a bit more bullish than a lot of them, mainly because there's a psychological aspect of that bubble pop pattern, and then it could come up. This is down, obviously 92% down. It's probably down more than Solana is down from its all-time high, right? Let's take a look at that. I'm curious. Yeah, well, a little bit more, about a percentage down more, but yeah. I mean, that's crazy. This is still down 92%. And then if you look at ETH too, we forgot to mention kind of the 5 hour money flow, some curvature there coming down, money flow crossover, red dot. I think a lot of the swing shorts are going to play out well here. That's kind of my opinion. Could be wrong. Nothing's set in stone, but yeah. Let's look at the chat a little bit. So would I buy Bitcoin? So yeah, it usually, like even if we, sure, can we come up to 50K? I mean, anything's possible. I would focus more on 40K before we could start talking about 50K. I think you need more banks and serious FUD to start happening, and hyperinflation and Fed pivoting and giving up and just telling everybody, yep, we're going to have to live with inflation at high levels, dollars going to zero for that to kind of happen. We'll talk about 50K when we get to 40K. I think 40K is in the cards. 50K right now is not in the cards, but if we shuffle the deck and rearrange them and pump up to 40K, then 50K would be in the cards, if you get what I'm saying. So let's see. It's kind of like, okay, a lot of people are in the house. What's up, Crypto Grizzly? Let's see here. So if ETH pumps is real low, saying I don't want to see how all season doesn't start with that. Okay, so that's going to be in April. What's the date for that? Does anybody know? I forget the fork date. Some ETH is going to become unstaked. People are talking about supply crisis. I don't know what's going to happen with that. I really don't. I think it could be somewhat of a sell the news event. Maybe other factors could bring us down too. Maybe traditional markets as well. I don't know what's going to happen with that. Maybe that could start an all season in a few weeks. Maybe we're sideways for a few weeks and it starts an all season. Potentially. But I'm not entirely convinced we're going to see an all season just yet. You're short in Bitcoin 28.4. Cool. Great minds think alike. Binance coming down, yeah. So Bitcoin DCA in the next 10. I would DCA in from, I'm DCAing in while the 2 week remains in the red, and probably even more, probably depending on what happens. But my main plan is to DCA in until probably around January. So, next 10 months or so, maybe less. I think ultimately we're in that big place. We're going to be in that big place now. The main curveball that could happen here, that would be something different happening, is if these roll over now. Man, your 3 week almost got into the red. I remember when it was almost in the red here, and then right up, it went monthly too. So these rolling over into the red would be a big curveball. EMAs coming into the grays for the first time would be a big curveball as well. Maybe that won't happen. I mean, the main argument for that not to happen, like how it happened with NASDAQ after the dot-com bubble, is that, one, 4-year cycle that the NASDAQ didn't have. 2, inflation that we didn't have back then. Let's have karate. ADA is dumping. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Alt's continuing to get killed against Bitcoin. If we have, Cardano's down. I wouldn't say dumping, guys, but let's see here. Right there. Let's get a little trigger wave there. Still not above your February high, so as long as you stay below there. But the monthly doesn't look bad here. This one looks like it. This one doesn't look that bad. This one looks like it actually could kind of pump up or whatever. Excuse me. So yeah, this one doesn't look too bad though. I would say Cardano looks better and a lot of other things. Trigger wave right there. I see some potential here. We'll see if that confirms in 3 days. Yeah, it doesn't look terrible. This could roll over and get a red dot though. This could even be, no, not a blood diamond, but you can get a red dot there pretty soon, most likely. April 20th. XRP wins its case by the end of the month. Okay, could start alt rally. Man, people have been talking about XRP winning the case for 10 years now. We'll see what happens, man. I don't know. I think XRP, a lot of that price could be already factored in on good expectations of it. You're still kind of in this general, area. You're above here. You're 58 right now, so yeah, but you're hitting that point. XRP kind of has a mind of its own here, but if we look at kind of not the 6 hour, but the 4 hour, no, not even. I think she's got maybe a little left. I think as this 4 hour with the money flow coming out more could signal down to turn, but I don't know on XRP. Kind of like the weekly, I kind of like the weekly here, but look at where it was there. Maybe you could play it like this. You start your new bull run, but it looks more like it looked over here in terms of RSIs too. I'll go over at him. So, yeah, we looked at Algo. It definitely looks better than a lot of other coins, but split RSI is right there. That's coming down. Ooh, that's not looking good. That the first time ever there. Yeah, I think that's when it came out in 2019. That's not looking good. That's the thing, that high time frames too. Never seen that before. Money flow coming out. That's not looking good. Yeah, some of these are, I would say, more neutral to bearish on some of these. Just with Bitcoin dominance, unless we could see a big Bitcoin dominance drop down, the market stays healthy and continues forward, maybe Bitcoin to 40K, then some of these could really run. Bitcoin dominance is that resistance. That is true, yeah. Altcoin exit pump. What's up, Christopher? 25K CME gap. I think 25K is a huge area, Wendell. 200 weekly moving average. It's a huge area. Fed secretly printing. Could be. Dixie rally. Let's take a look at that. Because that didn't look that didn't look too good. I mean, it's kind of going to have to do something soon if it wants to. I mean, the main bullish case here, I think, is the daily. You got your, 1, 2, 3. You got your plethora of, yellow triangles. Look for self-exhaustion, bullish div right there. That's the main case to come up, but obviously the weekly doesn't look too good. The 3-day I wouldn't say looks particularly good. The 12-hour doesn't look that good. I mean, in between, you got to do have a bullish div. I think there could be some upside potential in the next week or so for this. We'll keep an eye on this. If we could break above kind of this area, and this could shoot up quickly theoretically. It's double bottom right there, so yeah. Let's see, XTP, I don't even, let's see. Appreciate you, Edward. XTP, I don't even, is it a crypto or a stock? Oh, okay, I think it, oh man. It's probably up 400,000% here. Oh my, oof. Market cap 7 million. I couldn't tell you, man. All I would say is this is some gambling right here, and you're already up a lot. I think you roll over. Why would 25K hold? Because the 200 weekly holds a lot, but it's weirder this time. I mean, if that doesn't hold and we lose 25K, then I think that this rally above 25K is going to be known as kind of just that bank kind of rally. Bank's going down, Bitcoin rally, but it won't stay in fruition this time. Probably the next time it would, maybe in a year or something, but let me take a sip of water. $800 daily moving average. I accidentally X that out. So let's take a look at a few moving averages on the weekly here. I'm curious. So the 500 is significant, I think, because it coincides with a lot of like huge areas. Now, I'm not saying you're going to go to frickin' 11K, but it coincides with a lot of areas. Like if you do go to this area, this would be a place to buy. You know what I mean? Not financial advice, obviously, never is. But if you look at the 400, there ain't as much. 400 moving average, that's going to be at, I mean, there's a little bit right there, 14.7 right now. That's going to be significant. I could see us hitting that if you do kind of make a double bottom towards the end of the year, potentially. And then if you look at, 300 weekly moving average, this was, we were below it for, October so we were below it a good amount of time, and then now we pushed above it pretty nicely since January, and that was pretty momentous. And hitting it again would be 20K. You almost hit it there. I don't think price respects these as much, 200 or 300 weekly, because everybody talks about them and knows about them now. That's probably part of the reason, but yeah. 2-week Bollinger got tied in 5 next one. Interesting. Let's talk about the 15K longs. Yeah, that would be, yeah. No, I don't look at the weekly Gaussian. XRP is hard to say. It depends on the lawsuit. I think that's kind of, it's pumping. People are excited. A lot of the lawsuit doing well is kind of already factored in. XRP also has a 20-something billion market cap. It's already a pretty big boy to begin with. I don't know what's going to happen with that. It's hard to say, guys. I don't know. I really don't know. Let's see. China providing a lot of stimulus money to citizens. Oh, I didn't even realize that. Karate. Interesting. Take a look here. Oh, that's Solana. This has been interesting too. So tether dominance, obviously, right here started the bull run, and I could see the argument for this to come down farther and money from this going into Bitcoin or whatever, and you see that being evident. You also see kind of the FUD, fear of regulation, things like that, bringing this down, but also that money just, doesn't necessarily go into Bitcoin. Bitcoin goes down and this goes down. That's a possibility. So, yeah. I want to look at, let's look at ETH dominance. We'll have a look at ETH dominance in a minute or two. That don't look good. Obviously, yeah, I mean, this too, January of this could be, my guess is that, wow, okay, so if it does something of this nature, towards the end of the year would be the peak time to kind of get in. I mean, that was obviously peak time to get into ETH towards the end of 2019. And I mean, let's just see, even if you didn't like put money into Bitcoin, you just started in crypto in September of 2019, let's say. Let's go out here a little bit. September 2019 we're looking at. Where is it? Right around here. This would have been where ETH started to fight back against Bitcoin, I believe. And it's still a 27x, so still a 27x right there. Now, what can you get theoretically, if you were to, and I mean, I don't know. I don't know where we'd end up. Maybe it's a double bottom towards the end of the year. Maybe it's the same area, double 1100. Where would you end up? Probably not no 20x, but could you get a 5x? Could you make a new high in the next bull run? Could you get to 8,000 or 10,000? Absolutely. Could you get 600 out of this? That would be kind of my guess. Something of that nature. So you're not too. I mean, maybe even a 10x, maybe even half of that. That would be asking a lot. I think that would be kind of on the higher realm of what we could see 12K. I think 5,000 to 10,000 or 5,000 to 8,000 would be a more realistic prediction. I think somewhere like the best prediction for ETH I would have is kind of like 5 to 10,000, maybe 12,000, maybe 12,000. You know what I mean? Billy Bob, yeah, that's interesting with a Kenyan president. Thing too, it's just crazy. I don't know how the hell they're able to do that. It's a little subjective, but the inverse Kramer ETF, I feel like anyone buying that is going to get killed, but I don't know why. Just because everybody talks about that. But AZTV, I think 7K. Okay, yeah, that's a decent prediction. And let's see, 89% of ETH held by self-custody wallets. Interesting. Excuse me. I think the dollar could see kind of a dead cat bounce from all of this FUD with it. You know what I mean? I think it could see a dead cat bounce. Let's look at Litecoin. Do I think Litecoin is topped out? Good question. Man, I mean, it looks, this red dot similar, and then, man, it looks a little similar. Let's look at it on Coinbase. There's probably more data. So, yeah, I mean, pick your poison. I don't know, man. You came down, then it's like we're in a simulation in terms of this. Things don't usually always repeat, but this looks good on the weekly, man. This would be, the weekly is definitely the argument for altcoin season here. But if you come down to a daily, that's the argument for, bleed and be done kind of. So, yeah, I mean, that's what I'm kind of thinking there. I don't know. I really don't know. I think you should take definitely some profits, not financial advice. Yeah, Bitcoin. This is Bitcoin accumulation season, in my opinion. What's up, NBF? I want to look at traditional markets a little bit. I mean, S&P 500 did not have a bad day today. Let me see something here. Futures are down a little bit. Some AI stuff they're doing. AI, let's see. What are we trying to say? AI is getting wild. It's going to be interesting what happens with that in terms of taking jobs and that type of stuff. So we're going to be in store for some fun times. I think AI is going to be kind of, viewed as what, like, space travel and rockets, the invention of those in the 50s was viewed at. Or, well, I mean, in the 30s, 40s, what was it, the car would be? Well, the 20s with cars after that. I don't know, what was the big invention in the 30s and 40s? Let's look at the SPY. I mean, this is interesting. Let's look at the weekly, all these, blue triangles, trend reversals here. These have been pretty dang on good in getting local tops. and then you just wait for the red dot, and it brings you down somewhat. But we've still been making higher highs here. Kind of hard to say there. And then there's two. That was just one in that recession, but this is probably going to be more similar. Yeah, this is interesting. It is interesting. So that's the weekly on the SPY right there. I want to look at the 2-week trigger wave right there. That's confirmed. Now you're just starting to come up a bit. That's overheated coming down. Daily, yeah. Oh man, oh man. That worked pretty good for the long. That came up. A little bit conflicting here, guys. A little bit conflicting. The thing on the NASDAQ that I was looking at, though, was the 2-day, I think. Yeah, look where green, and then red dot down, green, red dot down, green, red dot. This looks, I mean, you're starting to kind of make higher highs, but green, and then we'll see what happens here if we could break above this. I'm kind of thinking we can't. I'm kind of thinking you're going to reject from that and continue downward. That's what I'm kind of thinking. I'm trading as a 26-29 range short, the highs long and the lows till it breaks. Okay. Interesting. Yeah. That big range could stay 26 to 29 for a bit. Maybe April will look a lot like that. But then again, I think the thing too that we want to compare Bitcoin to, the closest thing that we can compare it to historically is the NASDAQ, and you have 3 monthly green candles right there, 3 monthly green candles, and then look what happened. This was, let's see how many red candles you had till you bottomed out in October of 02. That was 8 months of red, so 8 months of red. Now let's look at Bitcoin on the monthly here. You had 3 green candles. I'm thinking April is going to be, we're still in March here, but I'm thinking April is going to be red. And then, somewhere around there would be, if you do roll over and come down towards the end of the year, you'd see a lower low. In terms of traditional markets, you could easily, I know this is going to sound a little, you could come down. So there's 2 things that I've been looking at that would kind of, indicate that you can have a bottom later on. You could come into the red here and not see a bottom until May or April of 2024. If you look at the Dow Jones, right here, you would say, if you look at the 16-day on the Dow Jones, red dot right there, or blood diamond right there. Let's look at the last time we saw the blood diamond in terms of the money flow, EMAs, everything kind of the same there. That would bring you down to this trajectory I drew it out before. That's July of 24 in terms of that trajectory. We can have a slow, gradual decline for a while. We could keep being in these, choppy areas, and then, you know what I mean? It could be something like that. We haven't seen that in a while. It's been 20 years, 20-something years. So that's what I'm looking at right there. Let's see. Gas has been going up. Hey guys, if you want to try to stake, staking on Bybit on any exchange can be risky, but check out my links to exchanges down below. If you sign up to any of them and deposit at least $100, I'll give you 1 free month of my exclusive Discord. Just shoot me your UID. So yeah. Let's see, gas has been going up lately, I've noticed. Has it been though? Hold on a second. Oh yeah, I'm already there. A tiny, in the last couple days, last week, but that's not really much, man. I don't know. I kind of think this is over. Kind of think you're going to generally continue downward, weekly crossing into the red there. RSIs are starting to come back up, though, but yeah. Oil been going down, gas has been going up. Let's see, natural going down. The gas prices. Okay, so you're talking about, yeah, gas price. Yeah, this really freaking. Oh no, this isn't the right one, but it's what the is it NG? I think it's NG. No, it's UNG. Yeah. Oh man, yeah, this is just straight down. You got your little spike and then whoop, low. Oh my god, holy cow! I'd stay away from this. Weekly don't look good. Yeah. France and China had their first natural gas deal in Chinese yuan currency. De-dollarization is underway. So, yeah, Crypto Itachi. That's a funny name, Crypto Itachi. One of two things I think is going to happen. One, you get a dead cat bounce with the dollar, to kind of show these people, like, not yet. Todavia, no. Or, yeah, dollar kind of continues to lose reserve currency status and things get uglier. And assets flood to gold, silver, Bitcoin, as they're already doing. Either way, I think the best strategy would be to DCA into Bitcoin. Usually it never works to FOMO in when you're up this much. I think the DCA for the next 10 months is the strategy. Not financial advice. Let's look at Oxy, the one Warren Buffett keeps buying. So you're still not even close to your August highs. You came up a lot. I mean, do I think it will outperform the S&P 500 over the next 5 years? Yes. Do I think it's going to be a bumpy ride on the way up and it's going to take a while and take you a while to make your money off of this? Yes. If I was to invest in oil now, it would probably be this. But I think you're better off with Bitcoin, gold, silver. Yeah, let's look at gold, silver. Was it up today? Let's see something here. Oh, wow. Did it make a new... Okay, we're getting choppy, but you're getting pretty doggone close. Yeah, 2000 area was big back, yeah. Getting pretty close to making a new potential high here, which is going to be nice. I mean, we know gold, can do... Look at there, I mean... We know it could have some good decades, and I don't know if it's going to be that good. I think a lot of this money will go towards, crypto and Bitcoin, but can you do a quarter of this? Absolutely. Can you get up to 3,000 in 2025? Absolutely. You know what I mean? Can you get up to 3,500 in the next 5 years? Absolutely. Let's look at silver. Lagging behind a little bit. We're fighting back. She's fighting back. She's coming up. Trigger wave there in the weekly. I think it'll generally follow gold. Looks a little worse at the moment. So yeah. Billy Bob. I think that Bitcoin will take a place too. Let's see. PAXG. Do I think 15K was the bottom? That's a good question. So let's take a look at that. I mean, I think given that we're above the 200 weekly moving average, that we're above the 200 weekly moving average, and it's looking similar to here, and in terms of money flow, similar to here, I do think most likely 15K was the bottom right now. If we lose the 200 weekly and things start to look more bearish, I will kind of reconsider that opinion. But as of now, I think the odds are at least 60 to 70% that 15K was the bottom. In terms of 4-year cycle, in terms of what I'm looking at on these charts, I do think 15K was the bottom right now. That can change, though. Could get a curveball here. Thing, too, is the weekly. We got to look at the possibility of the weekly EMAs not being able to turn all bright here. If they do turn all bright, that increases the odds of 15K being the bottom, like here, or like here. If they're not able to, and we roll over and do something of this nature, say we do something of this nature, which was a 36% drop down, that's where you kind of could get things could get a little bit more dicey. You know what I mean? For a possibility to make a lower low or something. If you do, let's just say we did, I don't know, something of this nature into May. Some may walk away, I don't know, but yeah, into May, June or something. Could be a possibility. I think 17K would be a good place to get in. What do I think of the $1 million pixel? Let's see. The $1 million, we talked about it. It's entertaining. I think it makes crypto kind of look like a joke, though, in a lot of ways. 150K is the top. Let's look at that. We can do some predictions for more of the. Let me go on the Coinbase chart for that, actually. So, I mean, we factor in diminished returns. I mean, we got, 20x there, essentially. I think you could get, probably at least, 4 to 6x. I think 80K on the low side. I think maybe 120 to 130 kind of on the high side for the next peak. I think that's going to be kind of what I'm looking at. Not to say we can't go higher, but I think between around, what was it, 4 to 7x, I think, from the bottom there potentially. Stochastic RSI on the weekly being so high carries much weight in Bitcoin. Yeah, I've been talking about that. It does. And history doesn't, like, if it's like this, we're going to come up higher, like the 40K, but history doesn't always exactly repeat. It's one piece of the puzzle. It doesn't mean everything, but it's one sign you could be headed for somewhat of a pullback here. Yeah. Stability value trend line, I don't know, euros to, it's pretty close now, but, oh, that's pounds. That makes it even more difficult. Let's look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin G, what is it, what is that in pounds? 20. Okay, so pounds are worth more, obviously, by quite a bit. Yeah, what was the top in pounds? 50, interesting. Pounds, you damn pounds. Touche. I love that word. Touche. I haven't heard anybody say touche in years. Touche. Altcoin DJ, you gotta go to bed now. It's bedtime. Mom, I want to stay up and argue with these people in the stream. No, you gotta go to bed. Got school tomorrow. No, this guy said touche to me. I need to talk back. No more computer for you. That's pretty funny. Let's see here. Touche. Yeah. So there's that right there. I want to look at Bitcoin just to see what we're. Yeah. So I mean, more short term, I would, with money flow on these time frames, I think it is pretty likely you would go down a bit here, maybe a few more $100 or something of that nature. That's what I'm kind of looking at. The 4 hour come down as well. So yeah. RSIs, you had the jump up from the split RSIs. Now it looks like, yeah, you kind of start to come down. Let's see. Minor trade, yeah. Yeah, I am. I'm in quite a few, actually. It's mainly swings in one day. Day trade. If you guys are interested in those, I do have the Discord down below. By the way, You can sign up whenever. You won't get double charged on the first. You get charged every 30 days, not the first of the month anymore. Patreon came to their senses on that, which was a good thing. Happy about that. So yeah, and yeah, short or long. Well, I mean, based on my analysis, I think he can kind of probably guess. I'm not going to give it away completely, but. Oh no, I did not see the ChatGPT Bitcoin prediction. It was given the last 12 years Bitcoin. Oh wow. Oh, it was for January 2024. That's a little high, man, for January. Yeah, that's using some. Yeah, that's not. I'm surprised. I thought it was designed not to ever give you predictions on anything really. There's like an open paper that they're trying to discourage people from continuing development on AI stuff to, stop it. But yeah, we'll see. It's gonna be probably a crazy couple decades, fun couple decades ahead. Yeah. Let's see. Evan, what do you think? We just go back to 60 frames more and don't we? I think there's a decent shot of making new all-time highs. I mean, sure, anything could happen. Like I was saying, I think somewhere between 80 to 130K is probably most likely what you'll see. So yeah. Altcoin. That's funny. I'm just playing altcoin DJ. I'm just playing. I just found it funny. I don't like to offend anybody. I'm just playing. I hope you didn't get mad and leave. I'm just playing, man. I want to watch that. I gotta watch Napoleon. Isn't it that movie Napoleon Dynamite? I feel like that has a scene like that in it. Probably. It's like, Mom, I'm looking up something. I don't want to go to bed yet. No, you have to go to school. I like the part in Napoleon Dynamite where he's at prom or whatever and he's dancing with the girl and he's looking at her dress and it's really thick over here or whatever on the shoulder and he's like, wow, it was really yeah, that's a good impression I probably do. Napoleon Dynamite and Warren Buffett. Those are some good impressions I do. Anyone can do Napoleon Dynamite, bro. Mom, it's not. Are you gonna finish it? Let's see. Let's see. Rest of your Bitcoin off Binance, yeah. What was it what'd you do over the summer, Napoleon? He's like, 100 Wolverines or whatever. He's like, what kind of gun did you use? 12 gauge. What do you think? That's a funny movie. Those movies from the early 2000s. That's probably late 90s, early 2000s. Those are funny. Where does that even? It probably took place in Texas, maybe somewhere where there was sand or crap, right? Somewhere near, probably one of the bordering states of Mexico, maybe somewhere around there. It's probably filmed in California, but. Blame TikTok, yeah. TikTok's the most used, the most used avenue. I think TikTok's probably the easiest one to get a big following on. That's the most used one. Way more than YouTube Shorts or Instagram. Oh, you're unable to stay quiet, yeah. How many chickens were made today for the day? I don't understand that one. Matic, looked at. I think I was, yeah. Somebody asked me if like this prediction was still right for. I think that's like worst case scenario, 15 cents for this. Kind of got caught off guard with that on Paul Barron. There's a lot of hope there, though, guys. Did you see the movie Gold? It's a future movie in the radio, guys. Oh, no, I haven't seen that movie. Movie, I'll write that down. Is it good? Did you guys, what's that show? I forget the name of that show that came out like during, sometime in 2020 or 2021. It was on Amazon Prime. And it's like it takes place in the future and there's self-driving cars and this is gonna be funny. Like, so in the self-driving car, you obviously don't have to be paying attention. You could change the settings to make it drive like aggressively and cut people off or whatever. And it's like a guy and his girlfriend. They're in the backseat of the car, you know, not paying attention to the road, just, you know, doing other stuff. And she's got it's his girlfriend's car, and she has a setting on to drive like a maniac, and it's like cutting people off. Well, somebody probably, it was a popular enough show. I watched a few episodes of it. It was kind of corny, but James from Invest Answer, yeah, check that out. Let's see. That's from Napoleon Dynamite Mia, I think, right? James from Invest Answer is the Fifth Element. I don't know. Is that could have been the show? I have no idea the name of it, but anyway, guys, I think I'm gonna get off in a minute. It's starting to get a little bit late here. What's up, tax partners? Do you actually have a tax business? Like, Hodler? Hib, I don't know what the hell that Hibacy. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, man, when I talk to my accountant, man, when I talk to my accountant. Oh, okay. Let me see if I can guess this. 20x here. Oh, no. Okay. I've never heard of this. I just want to say hi, bitch. Hi, Basie. Wait, what was that song? Was that by, what was that? The girl on the Cash Me Outside girl. Didn't she have a song called Hi, Bitch? That reminds me of this. Oh, what's that from? AZTV. That's from something. Casper's organ supposed to. Oh, okay. Pizza. Yeah. What the hell is that from? AZ. So BitGet, you need to use a VPN if you're in a country where it's not allowed. You can use my link though. And you just need to use a VPN. For MEXC, you don't need a VPN. Where chicken's so funny. So let's look at, I don't know, this looks, I mean, we'll see what could happen with this, I don't know. Looks like a lot of the move is over. Hard to say with this. Let's see, Caspa. Oh yeah, I was talking about here, but this is just running. Man, okay, so you didn't see, you saw it back there. Yeah, that looked like a nice bottom, and then boop, more. Wow. Wild. Oh, see, Crypto Grizzly. Okay. Yeah, it's your own responsibility to know the laws in your jurisdictions. Don't be breaking no laws. It's your responsibility to know that. The video, yeah. Yeah, you can look at the video. Man, this thing has been wild. Jim Cramer was bullish until here. Then he was bearish, and then he started shorting it. It was a loser, and then look what happened. Almost back up to all time. That is wild. It's only down like freaking. Wow, that is nuts. Didn't even. I mean, I would tell you. I would tell you this rally should be over pretty soon, but who the hell knows? I don't know. I mean, monthly doesn't look too good, overheated, like wants to get a trigger wave downward. I think that would bring you down. It could come all the way back down. I mean, it's not 600 billion. That's a pretty big damn company, too. Does anyone know the inverse Kramer ETF ticker? Oh man, I get a lot of emails, tax partners. I get a lot of emails. I get a lot of emails, man. See, send it again. I mean, I can't promise you anything, but I'll try to take a look. In January, I was in Mexico. I mean, I wasn't even. I was busy with some stuff in January. Oh, okay. SJIM. See, Brandon, let's look at this. SJIM. Northern Lights Trust. Man, let's see the volatility on this. Oh, man. Nothing. I don't know, man. I don't even know how do you inverse trade somebody that changes their mind every 6.5 minutes? Like that, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I wouldn't. I feel like y'all are gonna get wrecked trying to mess with this. You're better to watch Kramer and inverse trade. But yeah. But yeah, anyway, guys, I'm going to get off. If you guys are interested in the Discord, link in the description below with some of the trade entries, take profits, stop losses, and not right all 100% of the time. You guys know that. You know, that's a given. And if you sign up to any exchanges down below and deposit at least $100, I will give you 1 free month to my exclusive Discord. Just shoot me a DM on Discord with your UID. So yeah, I will get you sorted. Really appreciate you guys. Have a good one. Good night.